And I don't really have anything to highlight right now, so right now all you see are Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtle. See? Oops. We're back.
I'm restarting.
Our only viewer left.
That was probably Dex then. Let's see images for Brotherhood Social.
Hey, congrats! I made nachos. Thanks.
We usually get the transcripts. They have a gallery. There's some good pictures there.
I just Googled.
I was using one at the end with Big Mac and Apple Bloom.
I have one with Big Mac and the group. Okay.
Welcome back, Dex. Maybe that will fix this garbage.
Maybe. Okay, so while we still have Dex, and while my cousin is out having a smoke, opinions on the episode?
Hilarious as hell.
I like the first and the last bits. I like those were okay, but I think the middle dragged on way too long.
Literally dragged.
I think it's a tired joke, and they just beat it even further into the ground. It's just.
I like the sentiment, though.
It's like, yeah, it's funny for a few minutes if you've got something else going, but when that's the joke, it's just really not funny to me.
Yeah.
Not for any social, justice reasons. Just, I just don't find the joke particularly funny.
But I do like the concept of it. I like the fact that he cared so much that he was willing to just go from his normal to that because...
Yeah, Orchard Blossom. Yeah, and it could have been done. It would have been fine, I think, if it had been done...
If it were a better... I think the writing in this episode could have used some work. I mean, as far as a concept, it's a great concept for, like, the storyline, but it needed more to it. I do agree with that. It needed a little more meat to the story.
I could just imagine
done a side story with Dash and Scootaloo doing something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Definitely could have had more, something. Maybe even
I can just imagine
Twilight in there.
Yeah, I can just imagine the writers
necessary in there. I think this was definitely an Apple episode with a side of Dash. But yeah, I've got a whole lot more on this. I'm waiting on my computer to reboot so I can get to my documents. So I can look at my notes.
Yeah, I can just imagine the writers going up to the voiceover and say, "Hey, I usually just say yeah, yep, and nope. Well, we have a surprise for you."
Another reason I liked
it. I know Peter New had fun with it.
Yes, another reason I liked it. I love Big Mac. He was like my favorite side pony. But, I mean, and we actually got to hear him say more than like 5 words. He spoke the entire episode.
Yeah, I liked him doing. I like hearing a little more from him. What was I going to say? Well, I'll come back to that in a bit. Let you guys talk about that sort of thing. There's another part of it. Like,
it's hard to keep track when you don't have your notes in front of you, huh?
Yeah, well, I've got something, but I was going to let a few more things come in before I come back to it. Basically, it was something one person did as a little image I saw, and it was taken into account when princesses dream of magic sheep. Yeah, the fact that he's talking about being a hero to Apple Bloom, and what does he turn into during the dream nightmare sort of thing?
Princess,
Hero.
take back.
Sailor Moon's it up. And I thought that was, kind of a fun little connection that I didn't make on first go. But somebody made it, and I was like, I don't know, I don't have their name in front of me, but it was I thought it was an interesting point.
Yeah, plus the fact that he's already done it before just kind of lends credence to that whole concept. The whole, hey, he's all cool with dressing like a, he secretly wants to be a princess. Which makes sense considering like you said, with the whole, he wants to be her hero.
Yeah. Oh, here's a joke. It's updating Skype.
Space?
Just a moment. We're improving your Skype experience. Really?
Yeah, update way too many times. Damn, dude. Every once in a while when it appears on my dash, I watch a how-to basic video, and I'm like, this guy has way too much time and money on his hands.
Okay.
There's a person. Let's be really. Oh wait, it's just Doc. Never mind.
Yep.
Wait, but it shows 3 people, so there must be a third.
Well, I did send
There's
it
me.
to another person.
Well, there's me. There's Doc. There's. No, it says 5. So 3 strangers are viewing it.
I'm gonna try something here. I think it might work. We'll see. I'm gonna hang up on this one and try and pick up on my main Skype.
Okay.
1 second.
I hear voices.
Yay.
Voices too. Hello,
Not just
voices.
in your head?
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
not
that's
just
a
my
gift
head
any
anymore.
day of the week.
Okay, I think. Okay, it seems to be stable for the moment.
Yay!
I guess we can
Sketch
swap out
totally
after the episode talk, and I can handle the stream.
Yeah.
You can come down now.
Okay, I can finally access my notes.
Yay!
Okay.
Ouch.
What? Your face?
No, I'm just looking at a picture. This guy's wedding ring snagged onto something which pulled his skin off.
Cool.
Bony finger.
Yes, we've got all these lovely notes. The first and last parts were good, but the middle was a very tired joke that lasted far too long. For my opinion, some people liked it. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean,
one of the things I love is it's a subtle joke that they use a lot, but they do it so quickly, and it's just it makes me laugh every time. But it's simple. It's when Mac picks up something that should be way too heavy to lift with one hoof, and he just like lifts it up like it's nothing. It's a quick laugh, but it's good. I like that. Oh, and Applejack gets some serious love this episode. It's like, you're awesome. You're awesome. It's like, yes. So,
Yeah,
Best Pony gets some love.
I felt so bad for Big Mac. It's like...
Yeah.
Applejack, nobody cares about Big Mac.
I like Big Mac too. But it's just nice to see, one of the main characters getting, who's kind of always been put to the side, just kind of getting some love there.
Yeah, everybody's favorite background pony is back.
I'm
at Big Mac.
Okay. You better have.
Big Mac.
Let's see. Big Mac realizes that Apple Bloom has grown up when he blinked. He blinked and she's growing up, in just big jumps that, in the day-to-day he missed. Another good thing is Applejack being sensitive to Big Mac's bruised pride when he's working on... I'm not sure what he's working on. I guess it's a horseshoe, but he's working at the anvil. Mostly the first little bit is a huge love letter to Applejack. It's like, what kind of example would I be setting for my little sister if I didn't? When she was talking about having to answer the call quickly, immediately, instead of staying for the social. It's nice the social is so accepting that they'll let the Rainbow Dash and Scootaloo do their thing.
I did enjoy the fact that they all knew except for that one old guy who was all in love with them.
Well, yeah, I mean, who's to say he didn't know?
Oh my!
But it's like everybody's all for him, all in love with him. I mean, everybody accepts him, and it's like, okay, you're a dude who likes to dress like a woman. That's all good.
Yeah, and at the end, it's kind of funny when he sees all the clothes scattered, and he walks up late, and the balloon pops. Oh. It's like, his hopes died. We get the mischievous Mac face. Yeah. There is one thing though about his Orchard Blossom. That is a very Southern Belle way of talking. She's quite verbose, Orchard Blossom.
Yeah, that interested me because it's like Big Mac is so reserved and so quiet. Then he puts on this costume and he's suddenly a different person. He's so out there.
Well, that wasn't Big Mac. That was Orchard Blossom.
Yes, and I think that's one of the things I appreciate about that is because he got into the spirit of the cosplay. It wasn't just like dressing up and being himself, but with a different voice. He was a totally different person because of the costume. And as a cosplayer, I totally understand that.
Yeah.
As a non-cosplayer, I just thought he was trying to put up a good act to be believable. But anyway, the best line I think of the episode, there's a couple good lines right in there. And it's just, that's Big Mac in a dress. Just the flat delivery of that line was pretty good. Like, not even fooled for a second. That's Big Mac in a dress. And the other good line that I thought was subtle and it was well done by Big Mac was when Rainbow Dash is starting to kind of get on his case a little bit, about that, and Orchard Blossom replies with how are you two related?
Yeah.
And so that pretty much shuts Rainbow down for a while.
Exactly.
The joke is already a little tired by the end of the singing competition, but whatever. The thing with his kind of almost jealousy of Applejack is well covered in this episode, but it's interesting that they never really it's never really been brought up before, never really foreshadowed before to bring this to kind of the head of the thing. I like it was well put, but it was self-contained. It would have been nicer if they'd been kind of sprinkling in nothing big or super huge dialogue, but just like maybe a facial expression here, an offline here, something like that you really didn't really think about in the time, but when you see this, you get a little bit of extra something. And maybe you could make the big, it makes Princess Big Mac a little less frivolous.
Yes.
Yeah. And I guess the main lesson, I'm not sure there's really a great big lesson to this one, but it's sometimes the quiet, hardworking types need love and appreciation too.
Yeah. And just the whole playing favorites thing. When you get really excited about one thing in one person, try not to forget all the others who are there for you too.
Yeah, that would be a good one too. That's about all I had in my notes, I think. Let me check. Yep, that's about all I had. There wasn't really much I had to say. It wasn't one of the more, it wasn't the Princess's Dream of Magic Sheep or some of those more serious episodes we got at the beginning of the season. That was, because the season has kind of gone into, it started out really, really strong, and then it's kind of leveled out now, and I'm curious as to where is it going to go up or is it going to go down to finish?
Yeah.
I think that's how they kind of stack it. They mostly stack the really good episodes at the beginning, and then they kind of middle it out in the middle, and then the really good ones, they may save some good ones for the end too.
Yeah. The calm before the storm, before the big baddie comes.
Yes. Wonder who the big baddie is this year.
Who knows? I mean, T-Rex is going to be kind of hard to beat.
Yeah? I mean, she got a freaking castle from that shit.
First there were wings. Now there's a castle. What swag will Twilight get from this season finale?
Dun dun dun.
I'm glad Skype seems to have stabilized for the moment.
Yay!
This is good.
Does anybody else have anything else to say about this episode?
No, I don't got anything.
Not really. Although we do have another viewer. I think.
Awesome.
Woo.
Yeah, we can.
Oh, we lost one.
Switch back over to me now. I think it ought to be safe.
All right. And I'll just send
we will return.
Yeah, besides, I gotta call back my cousin. Alright.